Welcome to the best Commander podcast in the world.
We're going over some budget cards today. We're going to cover some artifacts, and we're going to cover some enchantments. It's going to be a nice, relaxed adventure.
Yep, and all these are going to be under $1. I'm your host, Joe Cherries.
I'm your host, Beezy, and that makes us the Nitpicking Nerds. And we're here with another episode of the podcast. Where can they find the podcast?
You can find it in 3 places: iTunes, Google Play Store, and Spotify.
And obviously on YouTube. No matter where you're coming from, hit us with a subscription if you're liking the content.
A subscription sounds like they have to pay for it.
You do. You pay with your views.
Yeah, we like your views.
Right. We're going to get right into it because it's a podcast. We don't waste no time. You know, I listened to a podcast. It was like 10 minutes of ads, and I wanted to die.
Oh, wow. Now sounds like you're talking about something specific.
That's actually not what I was talking about. I was talking about a different podcast, which
really?
I also cannot name. So,
well, we're not trying to throw shade. So
budget cards under $1. This came up from. We were just kind of brainstorming, and we were like, well, we play budget cards. We don't just play super spiky crap.
We have a lot of budget cards.
These are just like meat and potatoes cards that you would very much enjoy in your budget decks, or that you haven't heard of.
Yep, let's start with, we're going to go artifacts first, then we're going to do enchantments. So for artifacts, signets. This isn't all the signets. Some of the signets are a little over $1.
Arcane signet is $10.
That's not even a real.
That's signet.
I guess Dimir signet is also like $2, but there's a lot of signets under $1. And if you're going into 3-color decks, you need ramp, especially if you're outside of green.
Yeah, no, only if you're outside of green.
Yeah,
I think if you're in green, do not bother.
You don't need signets.
We'll cover that with the instant sorceries. That'll be a lot of the green budget ramp.
Yeah, we'll talk about that.
But this is Talismans. I think almost all of them. I think all of the new ones are under $1, right? All of the enemy-colored ones.
Talismans. All the new. I think one or two of them is over.
Maybe the blue-red one is too much.
Either way,
any talisman under $1. Talismans in general, they're just very good.
The new ones, mostly, like he said, are under $1. The old ones are like over $1. So it's mostly just the enemy talismans right now.
Really good fixing for like Eldrazi decks. Basically taps for 3 colors.
Mm-hmm. Next, this is a random one. This is one that fits into certain decks.
Yeah, these are in basically no order, as you'll see.
They're not in any order. That's fine. Bident of Thassa. This is a certain. If you're playing like 1/1 like flyers matter, this card's great.
Yeah, it's 2 blue for an artifact enchantment. And whenever a creature you control hits an opponent, you draw a card, and then you pay 1 and a blue and tap it. All of target players' creatures have to attack this turn if able.
So if you're playing a blue go wide deck, which is a very specific archetype.
Oh, there's plenty. There's like off the top of my head, like Alila wants to do that.
Talrand,
Brutaclad, anything Kikar, anything like that.
I guess we just named 5 really easily.
Yeah.
Without even barely trying. So
right. There's plenty of decks this card goes in. It's probably in a lot of those optimized versions too. It's just a really good card, and it's so cheap.
It is. It's under $1.
There's sets like Theros and Khans, Throne of Eldraine that were just open so much that just almost all the rares are worthless.
Throne of Eldraine.
A lot of the rares are just, once it's out of standard, a lot of the rares are just going to be nothing.
Really? Has it been open that much? I didn't know it was open that much.
Every set is basically the most popular set of all time.
Well, this set.
It's like when movies come out. Oh my God, Jurassic World 6 is the most popular movie of all time. It grossed $85 billion. But it was about as good as Jurassic Park 4.
Is there Jurassic Park 4? There's only Jurassic Park 3.
There's been... there wasn't... First of all, there was not a Jurassic Park 6.
There's only been 5. You said Jurassic World, and I just thought you were talking... Whatever.
Who cares?
We're getting off topic. Hedron Archive, another good ramp spell.
Probably my favorite one on this entire list. This card is so good.
This is your favorite one? That's fair.
Well, the most playable. This is the most playable budget artifact. It cashes in for 2 cards. It's 4 mana, and it taps for 2 right off the bat. So it really is only a 2 mana investment. Next turn, you've paid the spell back. Yeah, and no one's ever going to kill it, because once it outlives its welcome, you just cash in for 2 cards, for 2 mana.
Yeah, it's just good. So Mindstone is over $1.
Yes, barely. It's like $1.11.
Hedron Archive is under $1.
It's like 50 cents.
The 6 mana one,
version, I think, unplayable.
It's under $1, but also just not very good.
I don't think Dreamstone Hedron is good at all.
I don't think so either.
No.
I think it just costs too much mana.
Everflowing Chalice is the other one, and I think that might be better than... I think it goes Hedron Archive, Mindstone, Everflowing Chalice, Dreamstone Hedron.
Everflowing Chalice is also another one that's under $2, over $1.
Yeah, it's
It's
maybe
not-
if we make a next tier up, it'll be in that.
I don't know. It's what people consider budget changes from person to person.
Definitely.
Like-
Someone under 5 is budget for me.
I agree. Any card under 5 is a budget card for me.
Over 10, I'm hesitant to buy it. I actually am more hesitant to buy a card that's $15 than 30. If it's 30, I'm like, all right, whatever.
I need it.
It's a great card. I need it. And 15's like, I don't want to get Mirror in the Moaning Well. I want to spend $10 on land.
On a mirror in the no, not on a land. On a mirror in the morning. Wow.
That card's
I'll
good.
spend $15 on a land.
Yeah, on a Nykthos or something.
Yeah, exactly. Darksteel Ignite. This is where we're really going into budget,
I do not like this card.
but it belongs in budget. It's a
I
very.
do not like this card. If I had to build a budget deck, I still wouldn't play this.
You don't think you would?
I think I would play every Signet I could, every Talisman I could, every version of Mindstone I could before I'm playing this. I just think 3 to tap for 1 is not efficient.
And I don't think it's efficient overall.
Great. Don't play it.
I think it's a good budget card.
Still think there's so
Card
much.
costs like nothing.
There's so much better you could do. Even if we want to talk about the next 2, Lockets. I think Lockets are so much better than Darksteel Ingot. Lockets are Rakdos Locket. It's 3 mana, taps for black or red, and then you pay 4 black-red hybrids and crack it to draw 2 cards.
I think
I value that so much higher. My 3 mana mana rocks need to do something else.
all of them.
Yeah.
Okay.
Or that I'm just not playing them.
Manolith.
I don't think being indestructible matters really at all.
It does. There's a lot of artifact board wipes.
There's a lot of it. I just don't think it matters. It doesn't matter that this bad artifact survives. I want my good artifacts to survive.
It's not that bad. I think
it's pretty bad.
I think
it sets you back even in budget. I would just avoid this.
I don't think it sets you back in budget. I think it's a fine budget card.
I don't know what else to say.
It's
It's too slow.
I just think I think budget's not fast.
Pick a color combination. Obviously not in green.
Okay, if you're on a budget, Darksteel Ignite in a monocolor deck other than green.
Like mono blue?
Yeah.
See, I'm still on. So you're playing Hedron Archive over it. You're playing. It depends on your exact budget. I personally would not even go there.
I'm saying if you're only playing cards under $1, let's say
In mono blue.
yeah.
You could still play stuff like Walking Atlas, which I like a lot better. There's I think maybe Terrain Generators under $1. I'm not 100% sure.
I'm not saying you can't play those cards too. I just think that the ramp's not very good. I know when I was in.
I don't have a very comprehensive list in front of me.
Because
but
I
would
can
not
tell you.
go there.
Well, we both built mono red decks.
Well, I would be very interested in building a budget deck, like a $30 deck. That would be cool. But I would never play Darksteel Ingot in that deck.
I don't know. I think you're underestimating how good it is for how cheap it is. It's not that good, but it's super cheap.
It's super cheap money-wise, sure.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying.
If you have to go there, you have to go there. I'm not going to come judge your budget deck. I'm just saying I would never play it.
You don't think you?
I'm allowed to say that.
I think if you were building a mono red under $30 deck, you would.
I don't know how much the diamonds are. Like Charcoal Diamond and Fire Diamond.
I think they're
and
over
Sky
$1.
Diamond. They might be. I have no
I
idea.
think they are, but I'm
I
not
don't
positive. Coming in next, we have banners. Banners are interesting.
Banners are not very good.
Neither is Darksteel Ignite. It's not about talking about how
Well,
good.
I think the Lockets are pretty good. I'm excited to play a Locket in my budget deck.
I don't know if how excited I am to play a lot. Lockets are okay.
They're great 3-mana rocks. Banners tap for wedges. So there's a Jeskai banner and an Abzan banner. And you can pay 3 mana and tap and sack it to draw a card.
They're 3 colors though, so
Yeah, you get an extra color and you lose a card, but it's cheaper to crack.
yeah.
Versus a Locket.
I think they're very close. I think Lockets are very close to banners.
I think the Clue Stones might be better than the banners. I think I'm playing Clue Stones before.
I disagree with that. I would play banners before Clue Stones.
Clue Stones cost
And I'd
2
play-
colors to crack, right?
Yes.
So it's less colors, even cheaper to crack, and you only get 1 card.
Especially if you're in a deck that is playing 3 colors, you want banners. If you're playing 4 colors, you want banners.
Oh, by the way, banners 100% better than Darksteel Ingot too. Like if I'm in a 3-color deck, let's say I'm in Teamer Artifacts or whatever, I'm playing.
I put the caveat of one single color.
Right.
That's where I think Darksteel Ignite really
so
shines.
Niche. Maybe it does, but then
Budget single color decks, I think, other than green, you'll want a Darksteel Ignite.
I'm not sure. You might just want things like Urgolem's Eye and Sisei's Ring, those types that just cost 4 and tap for 2.
Ugh. Ugh.
What do you mean? It's a 2-mana investment versus this is also a 2-mana investment. Except they pay you back in 2 turns, and this pays you back. You break even in 3 turns versus 2.
They're very colorless.
In a monocolor deck, you don't care.
I guess that's fair.
Yeah, I would go for the colorless ones as we sort out where we actually are on this list. I think banners are fine. It's definitely a card you can upgrade later. You can put it in you can put it in and go, this is going to do pretty much exactly what I need.
That's what budget.
And then when I'm going to upgrade my deck, this can get better.
Most of these
cards,
it
can just sit there for you.
A lot of these cards aren't cards you just throw in right away.
I mean, some of them can even. I mean, some budget cards are just placeholders. Like this card sucks, but I need a 100-card deck. There's people who building from Draft Chaff. I don't know, Vampire Nighthawk's in my deck, where that's the first thing to go because it has nothing to do with it. But the banner you can throw in and it'll be fine. It'll be one of the last cards you upgrade.
It's my Markov deck. It wants Vampire Nighthawk.
Nope.
It probably doesn't.
Still doesn't. Nihil Spellbomb is next because this card's great.
This card's actually just good.
Read it.
This card is 1 for an artifact. You can tap it. Exile target player's graveyard. When you crack it, you may play black. If you do, draw a card.
So it's just going to cantrip you, and it's really annoying because no one can ever kill it
without
you just cracking it in response to drawing a card. And no one can really go for anything without you cracking it in response to drawing a card.
I thought you were going to call me out for saying something wrong on it.
No, I just figured the audience knows by now. You're just going to read cards wrong.
What did I say wrong?
You didn't say that it sacrificed itself.
Oh, that'd be great. That could be insane. Yeah, it does sacrifice itself.
No, it would just be bad.
If it didn't sacrifice
If it
itself?
just tapped to exile all the cards in someone's graveyard?
And you could pay black to draw a card?
No. You said when you crack it, you may pay black to draw a card, which would be never. So it just kind of sits there and eventually Bajuka box people. Maybe that card's still fine. When it goes to the graveyard. I don't really care.
That card probably is fine.
Honestly, I don't really care what that card does.
Oh, that card sounds actually insane.
It's incidental graveyard hate. It's artifact synergy.
It's not incidental. It's just graveyard hate.
And maybe you meant incidental graveyard hate in an artifact deck.
Well, maybe that's more.
Sure, it's a cantrip. It's very low cost to put in your deck. If there's synergy with artifacts, even better.
Yeah, if there's synergy, if you're having trouble if you're on a budget and you're having trouble with graveyards, this is a great card.
This makes me think like when I kind of think of decks when I look at all these. This makes me think of like budget Muldrotha. Loves Nihil Spellbomb.
Even it doesn't have to be super budget.
Regular Muldrotha might also love Nihil Spellbomb,
yeah.
but it's definitely good in budget.
Yeah, you could just hate out everyone else's graveyard. If you're playing in a pod where everyone plays Muldrotha, you really like Nihil Spellbomb.
Yeah, I suppose you do. You might as well just play Rest in Peace at that point. Just say,
you can't. You're all Muldrotha.
Screw you.
You're all Muldrotha. You can't.
You just say screw you. Nobody gets to do it. Then you build your deck without needing Muldrotha at all.
That's
how you break that meta.
You still can't play Rest in Peace. You're
I
not
said Rest in Peace effects.
Well, why not just play Leyline?
Ooh.
Because then everyone else's graveyards don't work and yours do.
Speaking of Muldrotha decks, Perpetual Timepiece. 2 colorless for an artifact. Tap it, mill 2. Pay 2, exile it. You shuffle any number of cards from your graveyard into your library.
BZ loves this card.
This card has overperformed. It's so cool. I think it's great. I played it on multiple decks.
I think this card is good. I think BZ has it on like a pedestal above where it is, actually.
Because I love this card.
I'm not saying the card's bad. I'm definitely
not.
This
is one of those, has the feeling of being a personal discovery for me, and it's just ended up being good all the time.
Yeah, I think realistically, BZ still plays it in Carador.
If some pro had just been like, hey, dude, Perpetual Timepiece is pretty good in Carador, I'd be like, oh, cool, I'll try it out. But this is more like, And then I played it and it was really good.
I think realistically, if BZ was 100%ing his deck to be as competitive as it could be, I think that Perpetual Timepiece would come out.
I don't know. It's been good. It protects your graveyard.
I'm not saying it hasn't been good.
It fills your graveyard and protects your graveyard. It's basically Dredge 2, but you don't have to replace anything. You get to activate it right away. I recommend if you have Dredge cards, you activate it on your upkeep so that you can mill 2 and then Dredge anyway.
Yeah, I'm not even saying it's bad.
I'm just describing how to play the card instead of just talking about
the card.
Things that don't matter.
Well, I think things do it. I was just saying, your deck is a hyper
Protean Hulk.
A hyper protein Hulk deck where you want a protein Hulk as fast as you can.
It's much more fun in Jace where you're trying to self-mill yourself.
Yeah, I agree.
I think 2% closer to winning. 2% closer to winning.
Literally 2%.
Man, if you kept saying it like that, People will get so annoyed and probably just kill you.
How do you get in there when you play that deck?
Because every time I draw a card, you know you're almost dead.
You know, 1% close to the winning.
Which is so weird. Visual representation of how close to winning I am at all times. What's next?
Key to the, I want to say, city. Because it's not what I want to say.
Right.
It's because it's never been called that in our play group.
No, it is not.
It's literally never been called that.
Get wrecked, city.
Yeah, get wrecked, city. Key to this city. This is a 2-mana artifact.
Okay.
You can tap it, discard a card. Target creature is unblockable. When it untaps, you may pay 2. If you do, draw a card.
This is great. Madness decks, artifact decks, Voltron decks, discard decks, graveyard decks. So many decks this goes in, and it's so cheap. It's like 30 cents.
I think Key to the City is a very strong card in EDH.
Super underrated. Because it's a political card, too. Not only can you make your creatures unblockable, you can make your friends' creatures unblockable if they attack somebody else. Like, oh, you're going to attack with a 10/10? Well, if you attack him, I'll make it unblockable.
I do everyone's favorite move. On your end step, make it unblockable.
Yeah, if just loots, too. It just pay 2 to discard draw also.
Yeah.
You don't have to actually swing with anything. This card's really good. I'd recommend trying it. Mono red artifacts, any sort of Voltron commander.
There's so many decks.
A lot of applications for this one.
I feel like we can't even tell you all the applications because there's more than what we're saying.
Absolutely.
Midnight Clock. This card just came out.
A new challenger is approaching.
This card's really good.
This card is the real deal.
I keep looking at it over and over. It's just real strong.
Read it.
It is 2 blue for an artifact. It taps for 1 blue.
Okay.
At the beginning of each upkeep, when a game with 4 players, that's very quick. It gets a time counter. You can also pay 2 and a blue to put a time counter on it. Whenever it has 12 time counters, sacrifice it. Or is it exile itself?
Exile it.
I thought so. Yeah, exiles, shuffle your graveyard in your hand, into your library, draw 7 cards.
Yeah,
so,
just you.
Just
do
you.
that. You're talking about cards in mono blue I'm playing over Darksteel Ingot? Is this one?
That card's really good.
This card is so sweet.
It's very, very good.
It's an eventual draw 7. You can build up to it. You can dump your hand first. You can just keep it there and just get 7 new cards.
Another thing I really like about this card is you just get the ramp out of it right away.
It requires no effort, pays itself back, and just sits there.
It pays itself up in 3 goes.
Yeah, who wants to kill your artifact, too? You're just your derpy Manolith. Who wants to kill that?
Yeah, if someone kills your Manolith, fine.
You're okay with that.
I mean, then somebody is going 1-for-1 with your Manolith, that's fine. Otherwise, you can get card advantage. You can dump your hand as much as you can and then draw a new 7.
Oh, you're down on cards? Just pump mana into this, draw cards right away.
Yeah, the card is very, very...
Definitely great. I'd recommend playing it for sure. But now, we're moving on to Enchantments.
Enchantments. We can start with...
These are in, absolutely no order.
Yeah, literally no order at all. Temur Ascendancy. Card is really strong in the right deck.
It has to be in a Temur deck, obviously. Most Temur decks play a lot of creatures.
Yep, and if the creatures have power 4 or greater, you draw a card when they enter. Or they all have haste. And they all have haste. No,
right.
I don't know why I said or.
Gives all your team haste. 4 power guys draw cards. This could be a combo card. This could be a combo engine for blinking and mana dorks and tapping and all this kind of stuff.
Yeah, this one isn't on cast. A lot of them are on cast.
Right.
This one's on enter.
This is an ETB. Makes me think of Splinter Twin combos. You get to draw your whole deck. Which, I mean, you just win anyway.
I mean, yeah, you made infinite guys.
Repeatable loops where you can flicker a creature, let you draw your deck. I'm thinking more of Deadeye Navigator then.
That's better.
Mulder Reclamation. Is this the 3 black-green, whenever a creature you control dies, draw a card, gain life?
Yep. Yes, it is.
From Core 20.
This card's cool. I didn't even really pay much attention to this card in Core 20 because it's one of those cards that you just kind of looked over and draft a lot.
I don't look at uncommon draft signposts for Commander, typically. But this is, I think, one of the only ones that was playable. Yeah, pretty much.
The card is just strong.
It's a big investment for a competitive or a mid-tier meta. But once it's out, you don't have to pay any more mana.
Yeah, if you're playing a sacrifice deck, here's a budget card, Carrion Feeder.
Yeah, I think
very cheap right now.
If you sacrifice 3 creatures, this was worth it.
Oh, for sure.
So if you can just do that right away, if they try to board wipe you, it's like, I'll just draw 6 cards. Okay. If they try to kill this and you have enough fodder in play, Eldrazi Scions, whatever. It's like, I'll just draw a bunch of cards.
Oh, the Scions sacrifice themselves? Woo!
They do it themselves.
And they make colorless mana randomly in your whatever deck? I don't know.
Green-black.
Yep.
I'm saying this probably goes in green-black decks.
It does go in green black. I would agree.
Primarily.
I agree with that statement, BZ.
Yes.
Sacrifice your Steve and draw a card.
Commander commentary.
Steve is not a budget card. He's like $1.12.
Sakura Tri-Builder.
His name is Steve.
Some people might not know that.
That's fair.
You wrote this down, so you got to read it.
Oath of Teferi. This cost 3 blue-white for an enchantment.
Okay.
A legendary enchantment, I believe.
Okay.
When it enters the battlefield, exile target non-land permanent until the beginning of the next end step, then return it to the battlefield under your control.
All right.
Planeswalkers you control can be activated twice.
So where do you see this going?
I see us going in a deck that's playing Planeswalkers.
And blue-white. Or blue-white flicker deck with a few planeswalkers?
Like a lot of
Is it too slow?
So a lot of Planeswalkers are now getting to the point where they're staying under $5. So this is, and then
Because they're not special anymore?
because they're really not special. So you can play a deck with a lot of Planeswalkers with not a lot of investment anymore.
You can play a budget planeswalkers deck probably for under $100.
Yeah,
Get
probably.
your Casminas and your maybe the dual deck Teferis.
Yeah,
It can't be that bad.
There's
85 Jaces you can play.
So this card is. It also fits in a Flicker deck potentially. If
It might.
you have a couple Planeswalkers, I'd say
Maybe Brago.
say you're playing a Flicker deck and you have a Venser in there and like one or two other Planeswalkers. I don't know whatever they are.
I'm saying a focused blue-white flicker deck that also happens to be playing 5 planeswalkers might want this.
Yeah,
Or probably more at home in a Bant planeswalkers deck.
a Bant
There's going to be a lot more planeswalkers.
or a
in
Bant
your-
Planeswalker deck with a couple of ETBs. That'd be awesome.
Well, I more mean Bant flicker that can play. Those decks can really play like 5 or 6
Oh, man.
planeswalkers.
If it didn't come back on end step, it'd be so good.
It'd be even better.
I mean, it would just let you go Planeswalker activation, Flicker my Planeswalker activation, Planeswalker activation.
Yes. So this is Fires of Yavimaya. Now this is basically a budget version of
Team
a card
Ascendancy.
a card that just came out. No, Rhythm of the Wild.
Yeah,
which
which
is
Rhythm
a
of the
little
Wild isn't
pricey.
expensive. It's like $1.20.
It's a little pricey for this video. It's a little pricey. So we're on Fires of Yavimaya. Your creatures get haste, and you can sack it to pump 1 creature for +2/+2. Really nothing flashy. It's just going to be about as good as something like Hammer of Perforos for you.
It's a nice budget card.
Decks
when you
want
need
this
it.
effect. It's so much better than Fervor. Don't play Fervor. I think Fervor is really bad.
Also, this card is better than Hammer Perforos. The other ability on Hammer Perforos is never relevant.
It's tough because I've clumped them all kind of together because this ability is basically never relevant. It
Wait.
lets you maybe win a combat
Your creatures have haste. Oh, the 2/2.
at the cost of, they all just say one word and you get a little bit of a bonus. That's why Rhythm of the Wild is so good because your guys get buffed up on defense. They can't be countered, which is just huge.
Yeah, there's a lot to it. Coming in Death Reap Ritual.
I like this card because it says Morbid on it.
Morbid.
Yeah.
Read it.
2 black, green for an enchantment. Morbid, beginning of each end step. If a creature died this turn, you draw a card.
It's very similar to
Midnight Clock.
what?
Very little effort. Can get triggers every turn.
That wasn't what I was thinking.
What are you thinking?
I was thinking it's very similar to the one where when your creatures die, you draw a card. It's similar.
Moldervine.
Moldervine. It's similar to Moldervine.
Little effort. You just go stick this here. You can draw a card right away if a creature died on your turn.
Yep.
It doesn't say upkeep.
If you have sack outlets, you can be sacking on each turn if you want with some tiny little duders.
Yeah, I definitely like this card. It's cheaper mana cost wise than Moldervine, so maybe you want this instead.
I like Moldervine more.
Yeah,
the
maybe
budget.
whenever's better.
Yeah. But I'm not saying I don't like this card. I also like this card. I just think Moldervine's probably first, then this card.
I don't really like this next one, so I'll let you read it.
No, I will defend this one in mono red.
Okay, well, so you're saying mono red only.
More than likely.
Okay, so why don't you just give your spiel about this one?
This is Outpost Siege. This costs 3 in a red. You can pick cons or you can pick dragons.
Okay.
If you pick cons at the beginning of your upkeep, exile the top card of your library. You may play it until the end of the turn.
Play, so you can hit lands.
Yes, so you can't land. That's very important with this card. Dragons, whenever a creature leaves the battlefield from your control, it deals 1 damage to target
I think it's player.
player, yeah. So I will talk about this card a lot because I was very hesitant about putting it in my deck at all because I do not like the card.
Fancy's Blasting Cannons?
I mean, I don't like that card either.
This is definitely the best version of itself.
But what is the no Phyrexian Arena? This is mostly going to be played as a Phyrexian Arena type card. But let's be clear, Black doesn't have trouble drawing cards.
Black does not need this.
Black does not need a South Piece. If this was a black card, I would never play it.
It would go nowhere.
It would go nowhere.
It would be horrible.
It's modal. The modes are relevant. I've played it twice on the other mode.
You play it in Torbrand.
I play it in Torbrand right now.
Where it would shine more than an average deck, I would say.
Yes, that's
or
true.
If you're in Mono Red Goblins, maybe you want this too.
Yeah, if you can go really wide, then when you attack and you're dying,
Because it leaves the battlefield, right?
It is
so
leaves.
they're going to hit no matter what happens to them.
The modal thing makes it a lot better. Being able to play lands on this.
I think this card is also unplayable if lands are bricks, like Vance's Blasted Cannons.
Yep.
Ugh,
I've tried both.
it's
of
the
them.
worst. It's just you whiff half the time.
Yeah, I agree. I agree with you with that too. This card is not. This isn't like a card that when you look at it, it's like that card's amazing.
Commander.
I think it's not a mono red staple, but in a lot of mono red decks you want this
I
card.
think in a budget deck it'll help you out.
In a budget deck, absolutely.
If you're having trouble with drawing cards and your budget, I think you should definitely play this.
Yep. Mono red always has trouble with drawing cards, so
Typically.
this card it's better than I thought it was going to be when I first put it in my Torbrand deck.
We'll just say it's good budget and it's better than it looks. And we'll leave it at that.
That's fair.
Colony Heart Expedition. 1 and a green for an enchantment. Whenever a land enters the battlefield, it gets a quest counter. And I believe you can remove 3 quest counters and sacrifice it.
Yep.
Search for 2 lands, basics, and put them in play tapped.
Yeah. This is just solid ramp and enchantments a lot.
Here's the problem I have with this card. I want to get it right away, or else your opponent, if they want to, can just destroy your ramp. That feels a little unsafe to me.
I mean, we're on budget here.
Well, yeah, it's budget. I'm saying there's a risk to it.
There's definitely a risk.
There's a risk to playing this over another Cultivate or whatever.
Yeah.
But there's an advantage of playing it over Explosive Vegetation because it's cheaper. So if you're a lands mana deck with Terramorphic Expanse, Evolving Wilds, whatever else, then you're really not going to notice that it is vulnerable for very long.
Yeah, I mean, if you just crack an Evolving. If you play one land, get the counter, and then pass it, comes back around and go Evolving Wild, it's like, oh, I already cracked it.
Yeah, it's good early. It's fine late. I don't think it's that bad.
No, not at all. Especially because who's destroying it when you already have 6 lands?
Yeah, no one's going to care once it's past turn 2 or 3.
How about this next one? You play this next one.
Oh, yeah, I do. Finest Hour. It's 2 in Bant. Blue, white, green. Couldn't think of Bant for a second.
No, Bantus.
It has Exalted, which means whenever a creature you control attacks alone, it gets +1/+1 until end of turn. And that's great because it also says whenever a creature you control attacks alone, you get another combat.
I just
and it untaps and you get a main phase.
I literally just died to this card.
Oh, did someone borrow my deck?
So yeah, Chad borrowed your deck.
Oh, Chad, my boy, killing people with Rafik.
Yeah, I mean, he had a choice. Like my board was super scared. Like I was trying not to completely coach him into what play to make.
Yeah.
And my board was 100% scary, and Jamie's was like 3 cats.
Yeah.
And he's like, I'm like, you can attack however you want. He's like, yeah, I'll kill you. I'm like, yeah, that's probably right. I'll just die. I'm like, yeah, I die.
That's so nasty because it'll get exalted the first time. Mm-hmm. You untap it, then it gets exalted again. So it's really 3 extra damage that it deals. The enchantment itself will deal 3 damage. Mm-hmm. And with something like Rafik, because
yeah, I took
Rafik is a 3/3, attacks, gets 2 exalted triggers, 1 from him, 1 from the enchantment. He's a 5/5. He gets double strength from himself.
I got crushed.
Deals 10 to somebody, untaps, attacks again, gets 2 more exalteds, and then does 14. It's 1 shot.
So
it's literally just they're dead to commander damage from that.
It did a really weird. It did a really weird thing, where I would die. I died both to commander damage and regular damage at the same time.
Oh no!
There's just nothing that could be like.
Sometimes Voltron, commander damage doesn't matter. You just go so over the top.
It did. It ended up going, like the first hit was like for 18, and it's just like, well, the next hit will kill me, but also it'll kill me.
Yeah, if he has any sort of augmentation on it, you're done.
Yeah, I was dead.
Rafik is a really good place for this. Enchantments, also a really good place for this. Turns out my deck is both. Super budget. Obviously, you don't want to be a tokens deck with this.
Yeah, exactly.
It's exalted. It cares about single creatures attacking.
If you're in Bant Voltron, which is mostly Rafik, but Bant Voltron.
Rafik is just so good at it that there's not too much draw to anything else.
Yeah, especially in Bant. But if you're playing 4-color, I don't know. Maybe you're playing.
This could go in Derevi, perhaps. I don't know. Derevi has a combat damage clause. But Derevi also wants you to go wide. So let's just move on. And you can put it in decks where, like, you know it if you see it. Keep it in your noggin. Read this next one.
Evolutionary Leap. This costs 1 and a green for an enchantment. You pay green, sacrifice a creature, reveal cards from the top of your library until you reveal a creature. Put that creature in your hand, or put the rest of the cards in the bottom in a random order.
This is a great sack outlet because it's not free, which is what you really strive for, but it's card advantage, and it's only 1 mana to hold up.
It's not card advantage. Unless you're
if you want to sacrifice creatures, it's card advantage.
In the right deck says, yeah.
In every deck this should go in, it's card advantage.
That's not true, because it can go in some, like, a cheap Elf Ball deck.
This is a good budget elf ball card, additionally, but also it's card advantage because if you sack in response to removal or a board wipe, that's card advantage.
That's like, I guess it is kind of range stuff.
Yeah, if all your creatures said when they die, draw a card, that's just a bunch of card advantage.
Well, when they die, draw a creature.
Draw a relevant spell.
Yeah.
This is good. This is probably really interesting in a tokens deck that has very few relevant creatures. That would be really weird and interesting.
You could look for get your relevant
It's
creatures.
like a 1 in 5 shot. Oh, I'll get my Eldrazi Titan. Also great in elf ball decks, tokens decks, black-green...
Grex.
Black-green Grex.
Black-green Grex. When you play Black-green Grex, you're really looking for Evolutionary Leap.
Oh, yeah. Oh, these are the ones. So now we get to the ones that I've added. What was the first one?
The Mirari Conjecture. Go ahead and...
That's conjecture. That's what I always think of.
You got to read this one, because I don't feel like reading it.
4 to blue for a saga. So it has 3 chapters. At the end of each draw step, it moves up a chapter, and when it enters, you start with the first chapter, which is return an instant from your graveyard to your hand. The next chapter, return a sorcery. And the final chapter, you copy all your spells for the turn, instants and sorceries.
Yeah.
Very, very strong. It gets you a very relevant card back to either protect this, or if this dies, you 1 for 1. And you got your card back, so you're not really worried about it.
Yeah.
Then, if it goes up again, clearly no one has removal for it. So you get to hold up all your instant speed protection if you want, get back a relevant sorcery, draw some cards. And now, they really should kill it, because if they don't, all your spells are doubled. It's ridiculous. It's so strong on that turn where it goes off.
And it's budget.
It's definitely super. It's 50 cents.
50 cents? That's
Dominaria was one of those sets. I feel like all the rares are worthless. Good for us.
Good for us. Not all the rares.
Worthless in price, not quality.
You're worthless. In
It's
price and quality.
What is that? The Dwight? It's true.
Profane Possession.
You get to read this one. Haha. It has more words. We're alternating.
I don't know if it does have more words.
Definitely has more words.
The whole saga is explained on this stupid character. This costs 3 black-white for an enchantment, legendary enchantment.
It's 1 black-white.
Oh.
It's not 5 mana.
Oh, it's the other thing. That's the ability. It
Pick
costs
2.
1 black-white for a legendary enchantment. Pay 3 black-white. Exile target creature. If 3 creatures have been exiled with this card, it flips over into a land that taps for any color. But also, you can pay... What can you pay?
2 black-white.
You can pay 2 black-white because it obviously has a 1 black-white cost, a 3 black-white cost, and a 2 black-white cost. Tap it, put one of the creatures you exiled onto the battlefield under your control.
That's usually never relevant. This ends up being, if you're in a slow, grindy game, you just hold this up. You can either keep someone's commander off the board indefinitely for a admittedly pricey rate, exile a value creature, it's never coming back, and the only person who'll ever get it again is you. Or just save up for a big mana turn and go bzz, bzz, bzz. You can also keep 2 creatures under it and then stack your costs to keep exiling things.
What if they pull it from Eternity?
Pull it from Eternity? Shuffle it in your deck?
Pull from Eternity, shuffle it into your deck.
What does that put on the bottom? What does that card do?
Doesn't that put it in your hand?
Do you even... who cares if they bounce into your hand?
No, I was just being... Like, they take the creature from underneath it and put it in your hand.
Oh.
Pull from
Why
Eternity.
did you not just say, like, unsummon?
No, pull from Eternity is like... No, because it takes from exile, pull from Eternity, right?
Oh. I guess.
I was just being silly.
Oh.
It was more of a, like...
Didn't work.
You said you couldn't... No one's going to get the creature but you. I'm like, well, what if they pull it from Eternity? Then they get it back. And then they play
Eldrazi
it.
processors are cooler. Should have said that. You're so lame.
Then they go into your graveyard, and you got to get them back. From
Okay, you're going to get these... the creatures are gone. They're gone.
They're exiled.
Hating Battle for Zendikar aside, this card's great. It's good even in our semi-competitive metas.
It's annoying.
It's annoying if you don't have an answer for it.
Yeah.
Especially if you're in a 1v1 scenario.
Or if you're playing against a mono red deck, and it's like, well, I just...
Oh, nice Gulta you got there. Or nice Torbrand. Nope. Oh, you want to try again? Nope. And they're not going to put their commander under your enchantment. So it's just kind of...
it's so annoying.
Haha. One with nature is not the next card. Call to the Grave is the next card. It's 4 to black. For an enchantment, obviously. At the beginning of each player's upkeep, they sacrifice a non-zombie creature, and when there's no creatures in play, you sacrifice Call to the Grave.
But you're never going to have to because you're playing a zombie deck.
You're playing a zombie deck. I play this in a Skullbriar deck, which is not a zombie deck. It
But
just is a Voltron deck.
It has a zombie.
Voltron, yeah, Skullbriar is a zombie.
Yeah.
So you just go, All right, let's clear the board. Let's get all the chaff out of the way. You sacrifice your whatevers, or maybe nothing if you just have Skullbriar in play. And you clear out the chaff, and you get to swing at whoever has no chaff.
You use the word chaff like 10 times there.
I think this card's pretty good. Triggering in everybody's upkeep is going to get you your card back. And now, I think this seems to fall under the space of, well, I sacrificed a creature. I won't have to until next turn, so I'm just not going to kill it as the person whose turn it is. Someone would kill it before their turn, but I don't think you're going to kill it on your turn.
That's a fair statement.
Because you want everybody else to sacrifice.
I never really played this card, ever. I wasn't even think. When you read Call Luger, I'm like, I don't know what that does, and I had to think about it.
It's pretty cool. I think it's under the radar a lot.
Yeah.
In a zombie deck, in a budget zombie deck, for sure play this.
Budget zombies. If your commander's a zombie, like Skullbriar.
Skullbriar is very specifically good with this, I think.
There's probably other like zombie generals that randomly. I can't even think of any. I don't know why. I can't think of one that's just incidentally a zombie.
A commander?
Yeah.
Like Sidisi or?
Yeah, there you go.
There.
Like it fits in like a Sidisi deck. There you go.
All right. We got 4 more cards to go, and it is your turn.
One with Natcha. This costs 1 green for an enchantment aura, or an enchant creature. I think it says enchant creature on the card, but it's an aura.
We'll just round it up to aura.
It rounds up to aura. Whenever you deal combat damage to a player,
Who's you?
whenever the creature that is equipped deals
Enchanted?
enchanted equipped
This is a really simple card.
deals combat damage to a player, search your library for a basic land, put it on the battlefield, tapped, shuffle your library.
I also have this in Rafik because Double Strike works very well with this card. It's interesting in Trample. There's Voltron. It's really cheap. It's 1 mana. You get to connect. You get a 1 mana rampant growth. So don't think of it like, oh, I have to connect every turn or I lose value. You just need to connect once. Every other turn after that is just sweet, sweet gravy.
You throw your fingers together all weird.
You also get to enchant other people's creatures if you really want to.
Yeah,
and kind of
as
pacify them.
A pseudo pacify.
The second mode.
Yeah, I guess it is a pseudo pacify early in the game.
If I see a weird, I would definitely throw this on Sarah Ascendant because they're still going to attack.
Oh yeah, who's not?
That's just sick value.
They're attacking you though every time now. Now you're.
Don't do it.
Is it worth it? Pay 6 life. Search your land for a basic.
Search my land for a basic.
Yeah.
Found
Search
it.
your library for a basic. Put it on the battlefield tap. I don't know. It's getting pricey.
In some games, maybe I would just take 12 and do it on turn 1, but not in installments.
Yeah.
Card Meeter's Favor. 1 and a green for an enchantment aura. When it enters the battlefield, draw a card. Enchanted creature can tap for any color. And this is mostly just for enchantment decks. It's great filler. It ends up being card draw with all your enchantresses. There's so many under $1.
The enchantresses are under $1.
Mesa Enchantress, Satyr Enchanter, those type of things.
Oh, okay. Yeah, like the green white one.
The ones that have been printed a bunch of times.
The green white one has only been printed once ever.
It's an uncommon.
That's true. I'm just saying, your qualifier didn't involve.
I don't care.
Yeah,
Talk about the card.
We were talking about the card. It's just filler. It's just filler.
Turns a token into a mana dork. It can be a ramp. I have no problem with this card. It's definitely solid in my enchantment deck.
It usually doesn't. Usually don't tap whatever creature has it on it. It's more of just like draw a card.
Taps counts for devotion if you care about that. It counts for permanent if you care about Great Aurora shenanigans. Maybe you want to do that.
Counts for a permanent. Counts for, like you said, it counts as an enchantment on the battlefield for things like ethereal armor.
Certainly. And we can get on to the second last one.
Vessel of Omnisciency.
Why are you just saying it weird?
I don't know.
It's not even an accent. You're just
it's like
saying it objectively
Vessel
weird.
of Omnisciency.
No, that was an accent.
Okay. It's
But you were kind of just...
Vessel of Nascency, it costs green, right?
Stumped him. Yeah. It's all green.
It costs green. You can, for an enchantment, you pay 1 in the green, sacrifice it, reveal the top 4 cards of your library.
Yep.
You can get an enchantment, artifact, or creature.
Non-planeswalker permanent.
Non-planeswalker permanent. Is that what it says?
No, but it is.
Okay.
Creature, enchantment, artifact.
Land.
Yeah, land.
Okay, so you can get a non-planeswalker permanent.
Which is basically everything in your deck. It hits other enchantments. If you're an enchantress, if you're in graveyard, it hits creatures and lands, which is what you care about. So in a graveyard deck, I could see it. It's a fine budget way to sort of dredge 4. It replaces itself.
There's a lot of good. I can tell what decks you went through to try and find some of these budget cards. Rafik.
I also have it in Rafik. Enchantress, it just cantrips. Finds you more enchantments.
There's like 4 Rafik cards in a row there.
Well, I went by the deck. Yeah.
I know. I just was laughing. I just thought it was funny. Last card, Doom Foretold.
I was thinking about Call of the Grave, and I was thinking if Call of the Grave's good, this card has to be better. Doom Foretold is 2 black-white for an enchantment. At the beginning of each player's upkeep, they sacrifice a non-token, non-land permanent. If they can't, you sacrifice Doom Foretold. They discard a card, you draw a card, they lose 2 life, you gain 2 life, and you make a 2/2 white knight token.
The knight is so random.
The knight does not matter at all. I think this is a pretty good play. Early, this is just going to kill everybody's mana rocks.
It's super annoying.
And in the late game, you have more than enough chaff. You don't really care. You're going to, you play this in decks with chaff. Tokens, a bunch of extra artifact ramps, things that have, when it dies, text.
This is a deck in standard.
This is a deck in standard all about putting Golden Egg and Guild Globe in play, and then it dances the Mantis them all, and you can return Doom Foretold in your deck too. I think I'm going to try this card out. It seems pretty good. I might put it in Queen Marchesa. It just seems good to me, especially when you can stack the triggers if you're not the Monarch, and you go get a token, sacrifice the something else, because it's non-tokens, because it makes the decision difficult. So you have to have permanents that are not tokens, like we previously said you could have, that have when it dies text, or just you have a bunch of them.
I mean, yeah, this card's abusable if it's tokens for you. It's just...
Well, no, if it's tokens, it's bad.
Because everyone's...
I want people to have to sacrifice a real thing.
That's fair.
You just play real things that die and do stuff. Like an Ailey deck, Eternal Pilgrim, I'd play this and that, most
Why
likely.
did you ever call her Ailey?
Ailey?
Yeah, I've just never... I mean, it's more of a... I've never heard you call her Ailey, ever. You must have watched something recently where they said Ailey.
What would I be watching?
I don't know, some other Commander
They
content.
say it on Kitchen Nightmares? Because I've been watching a lot of that.
I don't... You watch Commander's Brew and stuff like that.
Ailey is flavorful.
Maybe that's
very
what-
fragrant.
Maybe Ailey's a food, and then so you know how to pronounce it now. Either way, that's all the cards we got for you right now.
Yes, I definitely want to try Doom Foretold, Call of the Grave sweet, Outpost Siege is underrated, Dark Stealing Guts sucks, try out Midnight Clock, etc. Go back and check out all these cards. You can buy them all on TCG Player for less than $1.
Yeah, all these prices are actually based on TCG player prices.
See what we did there? Because we're affiliated with them.
One of the
So shop with the link to support the channel.
yeah, shop with the link in the description to support the channel. Random side note here: one of these cards that maybe we talk about today or we'll talk about in the future video is 99 cents. I just thought was funny.
Call of the Grave, also 99 cents.
Oh, really? There's another one. There's 2 cards on these.
I was like, balling on a budget. Look at me go.
Under $1.
Maximizing the cards I can talk about.
It's just funny. These cards are super cool. Shout outs to our 27
8.
page. Whoa.
It's 28.
Why? Because it went down to 27 randomly.
I don't know. That might have just been a glitch on our part.
All right. 28.
Yeah, they're on
Patrons.
the screen scrolling through, and I am going to randomly shout out one of them in the very near future. We're going to shout out a newbie. Jonas Vincent is our shout out of the week. Welcome aboard, Jonas. I hope you end up enjoying us and not hating us and leaving us.
He hates us. Everyone hates us.
Well, we love our patrons.
We love all of you as much as we can without making you uncomfortable.
Yes, absolutely.
We don't want to make people uncomfortable.
Wow, I think we're already done with plugs. That was fast.
Yeah. We don't have.
We're not like the other guys.
Give us more sponsorship so we'll talk for a half hour for money.
We just have some blank space at the end of this podcast here. If anyone wants to nudge, nudge, wink, wink, give us money. Okay, we are done.
The best way to support us though is the Patreon.
Obviously, or
which
subscribe on YouTube. That's next best.
Yeah, but the best way to support us financially, which will help us get a better studio, get a better camera, get a better mic, get gameplay going eventually,
Yes.
is patreon.com/user/nitpicking nerds. Head there, give us money. We are ready to go. Peace out, Tribe Scout. Calm down.
That was weird.